Howdy folks, hope you're all having a good one, and welcome back to World of Tanks with the mighty Jingles. And welcome back again to Lobstep, for this is definitely not the first time we've seen it. Although I can't remember specifically. Wait a minute, what was that? Did you see that? Hang on, I need to rewind and look at that again. Do you see that? The Struve K, the medium distance. What is going on with that tank? Answers on a postcard, because I have absolutely no idea. Anyway, Lobstep. For it is he. We have definitely seen him before. I just can't remember specifically which video it was, but the name is familiar. As is the tank that he's driving, the infamous shit barn, the FV4005. Although that is a very, very unique looking sort of steampunk 3D style that he's using there. I was a bit surprised at the Lewis gun that I saw on top of the turret, and then I noticed the Gatling gun at the back and the steam engine. Yeah. So anyway. So today's video is obviously all about Lobstep in the FV4005, but it's also about the relationship and partnership that he has with the Team Scout, the ELC Even 90, all the way down there in the middle of the field here on Karelia. The FV4005 is obviously famous for one thing and one thing only, and that's the monstrous 183mm gun. If I'm being completely honest, everything else about the tank is decidedly mediocre. Lobstep parked up here initially in order to get some shots at any targets spotted by the ELC Even 90, but he's just too far away to actually be able to see any of the tanks that the Team Scout is lighting up. So he moves forward from an extremely safe position to what has the potential to become an exceptionally dangerous position, and it's all going to depend on what happens on the hill to his immediate right. At the moment, this is quite safe because his team have taken it. But it's not going to stay taken. There were two friendly tanks up there, a Lion and a T-50, and the Lion has just been taken out by enemy artillery. Right now, however, Lobstep has slightly more pressing concerns, or rather the ELC pinned behind the rock by the enemy. The ELC who was pinned behind a rock and spotted by the enemy Leopard. Honestly, that is never going to get old. This gun is just stupidly good. Which is just as well, because everything else about the tank is not. The turret in particular is terrible. It would struggle to stop small arms fire. Oh, you got him. 2 shots fired, 2 kills, nearly 3,000 damage. Brief bit of coordination going on there between Lobstep and the ELC thanking each other, but unfortunately the situation on the hill just went from bad to worse. They've just lost the T-50. And it's about at this point where the ELC, who's watching out for Lobstep as much as Lobstep is watching out for him, advises him that he's going to need to haul his ass and get out of there, because that hill has now just fallen to the enemy team. It's unlikely that the enemy team are going to be able to push around, at least not immediately, the hill to the south, because that is still fairly nicely blocked. But the danger is enemy tanks coming over the rise and shooting down into Lobstep's extremely badly armoured tank. And that is, in fact, exactly what happens. Don't know why the Batchat would fire into the hull rather than the 30mm armoured turret, but that's exactly what he did, and the tracks ate it, so good news. Unfortunately, there are still just the 2 enemy tanks killed that Lobstep is responsible for, and the team has now suffered 4 casualties. And it looks like they're about to suffer their 5th. Yep, there it goes. Lobstep, however, has relocated just in time, and I always feel vaguely cheated when I'm in this machine, and I'm forced to use a shot that can do nearly 2,000 average damage to take out a tank with less than 100 health. But hey, a kill's a kill. Lobstep taking a quick look behind him to make sure he's not being followed by the Batchat, because that would be bad. The rest of the team take out the TS-54 while he's reloading. Now the minimap did indicate, thanks to the ELC spotting, who right now has Leopard prototype problems, but it did indicate that the Batch, there he is, he did come down the hill after him, and he doesn't have long to regret that hasty decision. Lobstep does take a hit, but, well, it's the first effective hit that he's taken, so he's got plenty of health to spare. And you can see that Lobstep is kind of torn here, because he is still the first line of defence down to the south of the hill here, but he's thinking about his teammate over there in the ELC Even 90, who has right now Leopard prototype problems, and they are fairly significant. So once again comes the assistance of the teammate who needs it the most. Sorry, but that's never going to get old. Leopard prototype taken care of, the ELC is once again free to continue spotting and making plays in the middle of the field. Lobstep again, kind of torn. Which way is he going to go? Down here to the south on the other side of the hill, thanks to that hasty cleanup on Isle 12, there's only actually 2 remaining enemy tanks, the Progetto 46 and the Super Conqueror. And there's enough friendlies in the base to provide overwatch on any shenanigans that they might decide to get up to. So Lobstep again parks over here waiting to see if the ELC is going to find some more targets for him. I think he might once again, however, be just slightly too far away to take advantage of any targets on the other side of the field that the ELC spots, but not anybody like the S1 up there who pops up on the top of the hill. Now he doesn't actually have a shot. And here comes the K91. Now he's taking hits as he moves into position here, but he's going to keep going forward to get underneath the gun of the S1 as the rest of the team rains down shots on him, and he's made it into a good spot. The S1's backing off and takes some big old hits, but he does not get taken out. So the S1 is now on the top of the hill, and the Super Conqueror, well, that's the target that I presume Lobstep is making his way around here in order to find. Unfortunately, the timing, particularly for the K91 over there, was absolutely terrible, as it looked like the Super Conqueror took a cliff dive, tried to take out the K91, and almost did it, but he was then finished off by enemy artillery, the M53. This does, however, mean that the Super Conqueror, well, basically stuck at the bottom of the ridge with no way of getting back up, spotted by the ELC with a whole bunch of tanks in the base, hopefully raining down shots on him. That Super Conqueror should not be a problem for too much longer, which should mean with the Progetto 46 knocked out, the only other thing up here is going to be an extremely low health S1. The Super Conqueror continues to take hits, lit up as he is by the ELC even 90. Amusingly, the friendly S1 was saying to Lobstep, "Go for it, buddy, I've got your back," and then doesn't have his back. But I mean, you know, this is fine. There's the S1, and honestly I have no idea what happened there. That should be a dead tank, and as you can see by his reaction in chat, yeah, Lobstep isn't impressed with that shot either, but he has spotted him. Somebody kill that guy, please. The team has a 1 kill lead. Somebody make it 2. I mean, I'm sure Lobstep would take the kill if he has to, but it looks like he's going to have to. And again, this is such a waste of a shot, but hey, a kill's a kill. And there's the Top Gun. Amazingly, the Super Conqueror is the last one left alive. He outlived the Progetto and the S-Tank. Don't know what's going on, but he clearly needs to die too. I'm sure the ELC would love to break cover and go and spot more targets, but they need that Super Conqueror dead first. He took another hit. Come on. No, we don't want to waste another 183mm shell on a tank that has... There we go. Beautiful. Right. So, 3 enemies remaining. And at least one of them spotted. Obviously that's where the M53 is. You can see the artillery tracer coming in. But it's the friendly Nomad all the way up to the northwest who's in trouble, because he's managed to spot at least one of the remaining tanks on the enemy team. And you can see him, if you look at the mini-map, hightailing it down to the south, where the rest of the team are actually going to be in a position to give him some cover. And again, looking at the mini-map, confirmed both of the remaining enemy actual tanks, the Kari tank destroyer, I know not actually a tank, but you get the idea, and the T-56 are in hot pursuit, and he's also being hammered by the enemy artillery. Hold on, Nomad, we are coming. Oh, spoke too soon. Nomad's dead. The Kari took him out. Now the ELC has headed off to the north, again after communicating with the team in order to harass and suppress and hopefully kill the M53 artillery. But the death of the Nomad means that there's nobody to spot those 2 remaining enemy tanks. ELC has managed to flush out the M53 and is in hot pursuit, which is great news for all concerned, because even if the ELC doesn't catch him and kill him, the M53 isn't going to be shooting at anybody while he's running away. So that allows these guys to close in on and concentrate on the T-56 and the Kari. And sure enough, the ELC's taken out the artillery, which allows him to move around. And I'm not sure if the ELC's the one who spotted him, but it doesn't really matter. There's now an XT-56, which just leaves the Kari, who pumps 1 shot into and doesn't kill, the Scorpion G, and now he's, well, yeah. He can take a shot, and he'll do some damage, but good luck doing more than that, because one of these is all it's going to take. Some particularly fine teamwork going on there in this Tier 10 battle here on the Karelia map between Lobstep in the FV 4005 and his teammate Zelenjak 420 in the small but perfectly formed ELC Even 90. Both of whom earned more than 1,000 base experience. Lobstep, of course, thanks to those 8 kills Radley Walters medal and 6,500 damage done. And Zelenjak in our diminutive little French scout here, thanks to the almost exactly same amount of spotting damage. Wow, would you look at that? What a coincidence. It's almost like the two are connected. Teamwork, kids. It's the one consumable that Wargaming have not yet figured out a way to monetize. Take an example from our two heroes of today's video. Use it before you lose it. Make the most of it while it's still free. Congratulations to both of today's heroes for an extremely profitable partnership. Well, actually, technically not that profitable, at least as far as Lobstep's concerned. If it wasn't for his premium account and his personal mission payout, he would have ended up owing the game money on that result. But, well, you know, Tier 10 economy. It is what it is. Nevertheless, well done to both of them. Hope you all enjoyed it. And as always, take care. And I'll catch you next time.